People sleep peacefully in their beds at night, only because rough men stand ready to visit violence upon those who would do them harm. Not all of those men return home. Only 4 of Staff Sergeant Bordeland's tractor crew made it to shore alive. The Marines assaulting Tarawa Atoll on November 20th, 1943, were seemingly cursed by the heavens themselves. An unknown lunar event on the day of the invasion had prevented the tide from rising as expected. The Marines would be forced by a shallow reef to disembark from the boats 600 yards out from shore and any cover. They had to wade through the waters of hell, turned crimson by their fallen brothers, just to reach the battle. They never turned back. Recognizing the desperate situation offshore, Staff Sergeant Bordeland launched a one-man assault against multiple enemy pillboxes. He personally dispatched 2 pillboxes with scrapped-together dynamite bombs and rifle fire. Upon destroying a third, he was struck by a machine gun and the subsequent explosion of the dynamite he had thrown. The staff sergeant got himself bandaged up, grabbed some more dynamite, and proceeded to crawl 200 yards to a 4th pillbox, where he was shot again while destroying the emplacement. Returning to his men to be further bandaged, the wounded staff sergeant provided cover fire for his crew as they attempted to rescue more Marines who were pinned in the waters. Upon the wounding of one of his Marines, Borderland set off in search of a corpsman, but came across a rifle grenade instead. On his way to make use of this newfound treasure, the bloodied jarhead took time to rescue another grievously wounded Marine, taking another bullet, this time in the shoulder. The staff sergeant would assault and destroy a 5th pillbox, with that rifle grenade being finally cut down by machine gun fire in the process. His actions would earn him the Medal of Honor, one of 4 earned at the Battle of Tarawa. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. I'm Jason Briscoe. I served 4 years active duty in the United States Marine Corps, as I'm sure many in attendance here today served in various branches as well. But today is a day we remember those who didn't get to come home. America has a proud military history, one written in the blood of our fallen and the blood of our enemies. You see, freedom is not a natural state. It must be continuously fought and sacrificed for. It is the unfortunate truth of this world that governments, both foreign and domestic, tend towards despotism. But for 239 years, we have declared ourselves free, and we remain free. This is not by accident. There are those that would have you believe that our success is a matter of luck. There are those that would have you believe that we did not earn our prosperity, our liberty, or our security. Let me tell you, we've earned everything we've got. America has paid the price over and over and over. Time and again, we have been tested, and never once has any generation failed to rise to the challenge. The price has been paid by the average American citizens, who support the war efforts and who give generously of themselves to support the men and women in uniform. The price has been paid by those of us in uniform, who sacrifice in countless ways, both large and small, not the least of which is time lost with our children and spouses, so we could safeguard their future and yours. As General Mattis put it, a veteran is someone who, at one point, wrote a blank check made payable to the United States of America for an amount of up to and including their life. And the people who gave the most for this liberty and prosperity and security, the ones who deserve it most, are the ones who will never get to enjoy it. The ones who had that check cashed by us, the veterans who stayed behind on the battlefields. These men often died young, and many left behind widows and children. Their sacrifice was more than just their life, but their family's future as well. Such is the price of our freedom, willingly paid. We do live in a truly blessed country. I'm not sure how many of you pay attention to foreign affairs and news, but it is brutal out there. Wars over religious ideology, wars over resources, civil wars, rampant disease and hunger, unsanitary living conditions and poverty that will make you question how people survive. But here we are, a shining city on the hill, as Reagan put it. Clean and safe and prosperous despite the hell that is taking place around the world. But don't let anyone ever make you feel shamed by this, about our security, about our prosperity, about our freedom. These have been earned. These have been paid for in blood, and the receipts are etched in stone at Arlington National Cemetery and burial grounds across the U.S. and around the world. In our short time of existence, America has lost nearly 1.4 million souls in various wars and conflicts. We have known a mere 21 years of peace. It has been said that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. This vigilance has cost us dearly, but not nearly as much as it would have cost us to surrender to oppression. The United States history is not perfect, but it does not include gas chambers or firing squads either, and we owe that to the men we've buried. This truly is the greatest nation on earth, a nation fought for out of love, not hatred. For it is love of country that inspires average citizens to enlist in her defense. It is love of brothers and sisters in arms that motivates great battlefield deeds. And mostly it is love of family, not just our own, but the idea that we have a place, a refuge, where families can live and love and laugh and live without fear. Never forget your fellow citizens who gave up that joy so others like ourselves could enjoy it. George Orwell is the one who said it. People sleep peacefully in their beds at night only because rough men stand ready to visit violence upon those who would do them harm. Today, all of us, especially those of us who have served, honor the faithful few who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. I would like to lead a quick prayer myself. Father, thank you for your blessings you have chosen to pour out on this country. We humble ourselves before you, knowing that such great acts of heroism and selflessness were required, that it is by your grace that such men existed to fight for us. We recognize the love that inspired these acts was taught to us by your great love. Father, there will always be struggles both inside and out, but so long as we hold to your example of sacrificing love, there will always be those willing to step forward and defend a country, an ideal worth dying for. Father, never forget the ones who died, or the families they left behind, and don't let us either. Amen.
Thank you, Jason. This time, Mr. Van Streen.